How do you do?
I'm Mrs. Harris. Will you sit down?
Thank you.
Dr. Robbins, I've asked you to come here because I think you may be able to help us.
If I can.
Did Sapphire want to marry this boy?
Yes, I think she did.
Well, David's father here has been insisting all along that he's willing to let them marry.
That's right.
Assuming he's telling the truth, that would have left the decision with David. Did your sister give you the impression that he would have married her?
Don't know that I can answer that. I mean, we never really discussed.
I've told you over and over again, yes.
But supposing your father were lying and didn't want you to marry her?
I didn't care.
But you cared about your scholarship, didn't you? You cared about your career. Marriage would have stopped all that.
It wasn't me that was mad about the career.
So you say. I wouldn't know. You may have thought that a bit of fun was one thing, but that marriage was too high a price to pay for it.
This boy couldn't do anything like...
Don't need you to defend our David.
Mildred.
How about you, Mr. Harris? You had your reasons, too, didn't you?
I didn't wish her any harm.
Of course not. She was going to marry David. That's what you said, wasn't it?
That's right. I gave her my word he would.
But she didn't marry him, did she?
She would have done.
Would have done? If you hadn't stopped her, is that what you mean?
That's not true. I didn't wish her any harm. None of us did. We liked her. We liked her. If David wanted her, that was the end. That was good enough.
Shut up! Why don't you tell her the truth? You hated her. All you ever wanted was for me to be an architect. My boy, an architect. You were going to send me away, but you hated her so much that you finally...
Get him out! Don't want his hands on my kids' toys. Don't want him near my kids. Don't want his dirty hands on my children. Tearing up my family. They're mine.
You really hate colored people, don't you? You really hate them. And with Sapphire, you couldn't control yourself. And that's why you killed her.
It wasn't like that. It wouldn't have happened if she hadn't come to the dairy. I'd locked up, drawn the blinds. She banged on the door and called to me. I had to let her in. She said she was fed up, waiting for David, wanted my company. She sat on the counter all the time I was tidying up, sweeping, doing Lily's work, swinging her legs and laughing. She couldn't see what she'd done. She didn't care. Ruining David's life. Ruining Dad's dream. When I said she'd better watch out, David might prefer to give her $10 a week for the yellow brat and keep his scholarship. She laughed in my face and said David didn't care what colour the baby was or what colour she was. He wanted her, and I'd forgotten what that was like. I'd forgotten what it was like to be wanted. She was taunting me with Sid never coming home. Then she jumped down from the counter, put her hand on my shoulder and said, "Give the twins Auntie Sapphire's love. Tell them I'll have a new little cousin soon." New little cousin. There was a knife on the counter. And then there was blood.
I'm sorry, Dad.
I know, son. You thought I killed her. I don't blame you. We all had hate in our hearts.
I loved Sapphire. I loved her.
Yes, I believe you did.
Are you going back to Birmingham tonight?
Yes.
Can I give you a lift to the station?
Thank you. I'd like to walk.
Well?
We haven't given you very much to take back, have we, Doctor?
No. But then I see all kinds of sickness in my practice, Superintendent. I've never yet seen the kind you can cure in a day.
Cases don't get solved without somebody getting hurt. You know that.
We didn't solve anything, Phil. We just picked up the pieces.